guys, welcome back. Today we have two easy dinner, meal prep or dinner recipes. I'm kind of having a moment with bowls. So one's Mediterranean chicken bowls and one is going to be like a salsa burrito bowl type. So stick around. Okay, so for the chicken, I usually use the crock pot, but you can use anything. I did one package of chicken from, I don't know if that was Sam's Club or Costco. I think it was Sam's Club, but it usually comes with like 2 medium to large breasts. This will still give me enough to feed my family of 5 and leftovers for the next day for lunches, because with the rice and the bean and corn mixture that we'll see later on, it stretches really far. So anyways, I put it in the crock pot. I season it with salt, pepper, cumin, and garlic powder, and then I usually do salsa verde. Aldi didn't have any, so instead I did this avocado tomatilla salsa, and it was actually really, really good. And then I almost always do guacamole if I have good avocados for any kind of burrito bowl. So I just slice up the avocados, and then in the bowl they go with cilantro, lime juice, salt, pepper, garlic powder. And then I do about half of a white onion. You could add tomato too. I don't really like tomato too much in my, I don't think I had any this day anyways. But you could do tomato in the guac as well. So I put everything into one big bowl, and then I use a potato masher to mash everything together. I think it works the best. I know there's like, I forget what it's called, the stone bowls that are a little more authentic. But I think the glass bowl and the potato masher work really good, and you can kind of decide how chunky you want your guacamole. These limes were not very juicy. I was having trouble getting anything out of them. Needed a little taste test. Added a little bit of salt, maybe salt and pepper, or just salt, and then lime juice. Like I said, these were the most unjuicy limes. And then here I just use a frying pan, and then I drained a can of corn, a can of black beans, heat them up a little bit with some oil, cumin, garlic, salt, and pepper. This really helps to stretch the meat. It makes it that we only need to use 1 package of chicken versus 2. It's filling, it's flavorful. My kids love beans and corn just on their own, so adding this to burrito bowls is really a big win for us. Okay, so it's time to shred the chicken. I just take it out of the crock pot, shred it up. If you have any extra salsa to add back to it, you could do that, or just put it back in the juice in the crock pot. It'll stay really nicely on warm, and it will also just reheat really nicely. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the bowls. I did this off camera, but I just did some white rice in the crock pot, Instant Pot. And then the chicken, the beans and corn are kind of the base of the bowl, and then any toppings you have. So I think this day we did sour cream, the guacamole we had, Fiesta blend cheese. Sometimes we'll do cotija cheese too, cilantro. I think that's it. Tortilla chips. There's the baby. She sees like dinner's getting made, so she's always ready to eat. I don't say I have a family 4 and a baby to feed, because she eats more. Sometimes she'll eat as much as me. Sometimes she always eats more than the 5 and 6-year-old I have. She's a good eater. So don't worry, I put my bowl down and I fed her first. But that's really what's kind of nice about these bowls and this style dinner, is that everybody gets what they want. There's no picking out food. You just build it yourself. Store's really easy. So we're moving on to the Greek chicken. So for this dish, usually I do chicken thighs, and I'll do 2 packs because I really want a lot of leftovers. And these are the Sam's Club packs. Chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Put a little oil at the bottom of the dish. You could also just throw it in a bag and season it well. The seasoning that I use is this chicken shawarma seasoning. It's just a blend. I got mine at Walmart. I think they have them at most grocery stores. You can also order it online, but it's worth just getting a big bottle and keeping it in with your seasonings, because I go through this a lot. So I was just cleaning up, washing my hands, and then I move on to cutting up the vegetables. I like to top these bowls with cucumber, tomato, and red onion. I'm not going to cut up a red onion here because I actually have pickled red onions, which I think are the best way to eat red onions, and on bowls like this. So I'll link the recipe I use for the pickled red onions, but they keep in the fridge for like 2 to 3 weeks in a mason jar. So I just like to take the skin off the cucumbers, chop them up real small, half or quarter the cherry tomatoes. And then if I were gonna cut a red onion, I would do that right now and put it in one of these little Rumpkins bowls, but not today. For the rice for this, it's really, really good if you make a yellow rice, if you use turmeric. So what I do is I just do rice the normal way in my Instant Pot, which for me is jasmine rice, and then I do 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water, and then I do 3-minute pressure, high pressure. It takes about 10 minutes to come to pressure, cooks for 3 minutes, and then you let it slow release for another like 10 to 12 minutes. And then you have like this perfect texture, fluffy rice every time. It's super consistent. I always spray the bottom of my Instant Pot of the bowl so it doesn't get like a no burn signal. Rinse the rice, and then for this dish I add a generous amount, I don't really measure it, maybe it's like 3 to 4 tablespoons of turmeric, and it gives it a great flavor. It really works well with the chicken shawarma and all the toppings. It's just so good. Okay, so now it's just time to put your bowl together. And then I do any kind of red onion. Today I really wanted pickled red onions. We could just do chopped red onions too. Tzatziki, cucumbers, tomatoes, and feta. You do pita bread, hummus, whatever you have. But oh my gosh. It's seriously so good. Okay. It's so good. This is my favorite bowl, I think.
Can you like this and subscribe? Okay, bye-bye.